What if the wealth you seek is not gold stored in vaults, but a quiet mastery over your own soul? What if riches are not measured by what you possess, but by what cannot be taken from you? The forbidden Stoic truth about money lies buried beneath layers of illusion, where true abundance waits for those daring enough to confront their inner poverty. At the heart of the forbidden Stoic truth about money lies a revelation both stark and liberating. Wealth is not an external conquest, but an internal alignment. To chase riches without first mastering oneself is to sail a ship with a broken rudder, adrift in tempestuous seas. The Stoics understood this deeply, teaching that what we control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, is the fertile soil from which true prosperity grows. What lies beyond our grasp, such as market fluctuations or others' opinions, must be met with a more fatty, an embrace of fate's unfolding design. Consider the sculptor shaping raw marble into art. So too must we chisel away at our own desires, excising the excess that blinds us to what truly matters. Desire whispers endlessly of more, while duty calls us to act with integrity, to live in accordance with nature's rhythms. This timeless conflict between fleeting pleasure and enduring virtue forms the crucible of character. The cardinal virtues wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are not lofty ideals but practical tools for navigating life's labyrinth. Wisdom illuminates the path, courage empowers the steps, justice guides our dealings with others, and temperance ensures balance. Without these, even vast fortunes crumble under the weight of misused freedom. The illusion of wealth as salvation dissolves when viewed through the lens of Stoic truth, revealing instead the profound power of self-mastery. Consider the marketplace, a cacophony of voices clamoring for attention, each stall a testament to humanity's ceaseless pursuit of more. Yet amid the chaos, the Stoic sees clearly, not with disdain for wealth, but with discernment. Money, like fire, is neither inherently good nor evil. It is a tool, its morality determined by the hands that wield it. To amass riches without purpose is to build a tower on shifting sands, destined to crumble under its own weight. True wealth, then, is not accumulation but alignment and understanding that resources are best used in service of virtue, not vanity. The Stoic does not shun wealth but approaches it with measured detachment, knowing that fortune's favor is as fleeting as a shadow cast by the setting sun. This perspective transforms the pursuit of money from a frantic scramble into a disciplined endeavor, guided by reason and tempered by humility. Moreover, the dichotomy of control serves as both compass and anchor in this journey. External wealth may elude us despite our best efforts, stolen by misfortune or squandered by folly. Yet within lies an inexhaustible treasury, the power to choose how we respond. When envy whispers of another's gains or fear gnaws at the thought of loss, the Stoic turns inward, reminding themselves that these emotions are guests, not masters. They recognize that while they cannot dictate the winds of fate, they can adjust their sails to navigate wisely. This internal locus of control becomes the bedrock upon which lasting prosperity is built, a fortress impervious to life's capricious storms. In the frost-bitten fields of ancient Greece, a Stoic farmer toiled under skies heavy with unyielding winter. His crops faltered, his hands cracked from labor, yet he whispered no curses against the gods. Instead, he saw the barren earth as a teacher, its hardship a forge for patience and resolve. Nature tests us, he mused, not to break us, but to reveal what we are made of. Such is the way of adversity, it strips away the superfluous, leaving only the essence of who we are. Consider Marcus Aurelius, penning meditations not in the tranquility of a philosopher's retreat, but amid the chaos of war. His empire burned on the edges, yet his mind remained an unlit lamp awaiting the flame of reason. He knew that fate does not ask our permission to act, it simply acts. The wise do not rail against its storms, but adjust their sails. Or take the tale of a merchant whose ships were lost to the sea. Rather than succumb to despair, he reflected on what remained of his health, his family, his capacity to begin anew. These stories echo a singular truth. Resilience is born not from ease, but from struggle. Winter's frost may kill the weak branches, but it strengthens the roots that delve deep into the earth. To meet life's trials with fortitude is to transform suffering into strength, to shape oneself as both sculptor and stone. The Stoic farmer's quiet resolve in the face of winter speaks to a deeper truth. Adversity is not an interruption of life, but an integral part of it. Just as the oak tree grows stronger when buffeted by winds, so too does the human spirit harden under pressure. The frost that withers crops also prepares the soil for renewal, teaching us that destruction often precedes creation. In this cycle, we find a profound lesson. What appears as loss may be the prelude to gain. The farmer who endures drought does not curse the heavens, but digs deeper wells, both literally and metaphorically. His perseverance becomes a testament to the power of steadfastness, a reminder that fate's harshest lessons often yield the greatest wisdom. Consider, too, the story of a craftsman whose workshop burned to ashes in a single night. Instead of succumbing to despair, he gathered the charred remains of his tools and began anew. Each stroke of his hammer became an act of defiance against misfortune, each carved piece a declaration of his indomitable will. He came to see the fire not as an enemy, but as a teacher, stripping away complacency and forcing him to innovate. Through this trial, he discovered a reservoir of creativity within himself, one that had lain dormant in times of comfort. Such is the nature of resilience. It is not merely about enduring hardship, but transforming it into something meaningful, forging beauty from the ashes of loss. The forbidden Stoic truth about money finds its fullest expression not in grand gestures, but in the quiet rituals of daily life. To live in accordance with nature is to align one's actions with reason, cultivating habits that fortify the soul against both scarcity and excess. Begin each day with journaling, a mirror held up to the self to examine intentions, acknowledge shortcomings, and chart a course for virtuous living. This act of self-examination is akin to tending a garden. Weeds of unchecked desire must be pulled before they choke the soil of character. Premeditation of adversity serves as mental armor, preparing the spirit for life's inevitable storms. Imagine yourself as a sailor, rehearsing maneuvers in calm waters so that when the winds howl, you are not caught unprepared. Mindfulness, too, plays its part as a deliberate presence in each moment, attuned to the rhythms of existence. It is the difference between rushing through a forest blind to its beauty and walking slowly enough to see the interplay of light and shadow, the intricate web of life beneath your feet. Yet beware complacency, for Stoicism demands discipline, not theory. A sword left idle grows dull, just as virtue unpracticed fades into forgetfulness. The path to true wealth is paved with consistent effort, an unwavering commitment to shaping oneself in harmony with nature's design. The forbidden Stoic truth about money finds its fullest expression not in grand gestures, but in the quiet rituals of daily life. To live in accordance with nature is to align one's actions with reason, cultivating habits that fortify the soul against both scarcity and excess. Begin each day with journaling, a mirror held up to the self to examine intentions, acknowledge shortcomings, and chart a course for virtuous living. This act of self-examination is akin to tending a garden. Weeds of unchecked desire must be pulled before they choke the soil of character. Premeditation of adversity serves as mental armor, preparing the spirit for life's inevitable storms. Imagine yourself as a sailor, rehearsing maneuvers in calm waters so that when the winds howl, you are not caught unprepared. Mindfulness, too, plays its part as a deliberate presence in each moment, attuned to the rhythms of existence. It is the difference between rushing through a forest blind to its beauty and walking slowly enough to see the interplay of light and shadow, the intricate web of life beneath your feet. Yet beware complacency, for Stoicism demands discipline, not theory. A sword left idle grows dull, just as virtue unpracticed fades into forgetfulness. The path to true wealth is paved with consistent effort, an unwavering commitment to shaping oneself in harmony with nature's design. To walk the path of the forbidden Stoic truth about money is to embark on a journey not outward, but inward, a quest for eudaimonia, the flourishing that arises from self-mastery. Wealth without wisdom is a hollow crown, destined to slip from unsteady hands. Yet when rooted in virtue, even modest means can nourish a life of profound fulfillment. You have seen how adversity shapes resilience, how daily practices cultivate strength, and how timeless principles guide the way. Now, will you take up the mantle of your inner philosopher king, embracing life not as a passive recipient but as an active creator? Will you meet fate as clay, molded by its whims, or as the potter, shaping your destiny with deliberate hands? The choice is yours, for within you lies the power to rise above illusion and embrace truth. Let this be your provocation, to live not in resignation, but in elevation. Will you meet fate as clay or as the potter,